I need to uh I need to fast today, man. I need to fast. We need not to eat until like 2 o'clock, man. So I'm gonna have some pho or something. Yeah, today I'm having pho. We're gonna go fly a sign real quick and get some healthy pho. I never thought that pho was healthy for you. It is. It's just soup and noodles, man, and some veggies. And you can add some meat to it. Um, Maybe some seafood or something. You know. Damn. I just thought about something, man. It's completely over for some dudes out here, bro. Man, like some dudes out here where I'm at, they're on drugs. They walk around like zombies, bro. I mean, they out here for the rest of their goddamn life, bro. Like, for real, no joke. They got dudes out here that would never make it out into a normal life. They'll never have a girlfriend anymore. Um, Man, dudes is walking around suicidal out here, bro. They seem like they walking around suicidal. I don't know. Maybe they're not suicidal, but dudes are taking this shit hard. There's this dude where I camp at, and he walks around really slow all the time, bro. And at least me, I got a chance of getting up out of here, man, and getting into a normal life. But this guy, he has zero chance. You know, this guy has zero chances of becoming normal again, bro. Feel what I'm saying? It just, dudes ain't gonna make it, man. Dudes are done for, man. They're finished, what they call it, right? You know, a goner. That's what they used to call it, right? When a dude is a finished dude, or a sitting duck, or he's in trouble. Like, some men would never ever have families, bro. Some men would never ever get to see a normal life. They got zero chance. Like, once you become hooked on drugs, dude, your life is over, bro. See, I'm not hooked on no drugs, man, and I'm so glad that I don't use no drugs or nothing. The only thing I'm hooked on is chasing this bag. That's the only thing I'm hooked on. But a lot of these guys out here, they on that, them opioid drugs or whatever, the opioids. I fucking pronounced it wrong. The opioid drugs or whatever. They on meth, crystal meth. They just walking around like zombies out here, bro. There's this one guy, bro. He walked around the parking lot the whole entire night. I'm like, look at this motherfucker, bro. It's over for him, bro. Like, this guy, I feel bad for him, man. He gonna be out here for the rest of his life, and he's only 26 years old. He'll never ever have a normal life ever again. He'll never have a normal life, bro. There's some men out here that's never gonna make it. They'll never get riches. They'll never become rich or successful. They're not even on the bag chase, bro. They out here just walking around like zombies. It's over for that dude, man. That dude that be walking around near my campsite, it's over for him. Yeah, he's finished. He'll never, ever. I mean, bro, he would never, ever have a family or a girlfriend. He's basically an incel, man. with no way out. There's no way, no hope for that guy. Like for me, bro, you can say, okay, maybe Hellcat in the future, he gonna hit that jackpot eventually. He keep trying, he gonna hit that jackpot. But for this guy, he's not even trying to get out of this situation. And the dudes who don't try, it's over for them, bro. Dudes who are not trying or even working to get out of this situation, it's over for him. You could tell a guy, he got ambition, he got drive. Maybe he's chasing an acting career every single day, or he's chasing a fucking sports. Maybe he's young or whatever. He's chasing sports. You feel what I'm saying? He's in his teens. Maybe he having problems in the dating market or whatever. And you can tell, like, okay, this guy's really trying to get out of his situation. He's chasing the basketball dream. He's chasing, you know what I'm saying? Chasing the football dream, becoming a football player. You can tell these guys are working their way out of the struggling dating market. Because right now, this dating market, it's full of fucking struggling men, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It's full of struggling guys who are struggling badly in the dating market, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And some guys are forever stranded. It's kind of like, being stranded on an island somewhere, bro, with no hope of getting off of that motherfucker. You there for life. And you ain't never getting off. You're never gonna be part of society no more. Versus another guy that's like trying to build a boat and get off that way. He's getting all the tools, he's getting all the wood and the steel and the metal that he needs to build that boat. You know what I'm saying? Then you got one guy that's trapped on another island. He ain't trying to do nothing. He's like, fuck it. I'm too lazy to build that boat. Fuck that boat. I'm just gonna have to stay here and rot for the rest of my life. I'm like, bro, this is how you really want to go out like that? You're not even trying to build a boat to get your ass off that island? Then you got one guy, like I said, the other guy, he's trying to build a boat. He's measuring everything. He got the wood, he got the steel, he getting all the tools together. It's a lot of hard work, but man, he gonna get off that boat. He gonna get off that island. You feel what I'm saying? That's me. I'm that guy that's trying to build a boat to get off the island, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Eventually, I'm gonna get it right. Eventually, I might got the measuring wrong, or I might have, it might not float. Water might be getting through, and then I gotta take the boat back and making sure all the holes are covered and making sure there's no water getting through onto the boat. You feel what I'm saying? So that guy got more of a chance of getting off the boat than the guy who's not trying at all, bro. Like, some guys are not even trying to build a boat to get off the island that they're stranded on. They're like, oh well, let me watch TV. Let me play some video games. Let me play some checkers by myself. Let me for real, dudes are serving life sentences on a stranded island, bro. They serving stranded, they're serving life sentences on stranded islands. They stranded on islands, bro. They're never gonna get off. No hope of getting off that motherfucker. It's just like they got a life sentence, but they free to walk around. It's kind of like jail. You got a life sentence, but you're free to walk around and shit. You're free to go wherever you please. But some guys would never make it, bro. There's no hope for a lot of dudes. Some men are like, fuck that, let me build this boat, get off this motherfucker. I ain't gonna stay here, man. Get the tools out, get the get the you know what I'm saying? Eventually, maybe in the next 5 years, I build this boat, I can get off here, man. But some dudes won't even see that, bro. They're finished for it, bro. They're done. They're never gonna make it off the boat. I mean the island, sorry. I got that shit twisted. They're never gonna make it off the island. You feel what I'm saying? What's up with it, DeAndre? Yeah, I'm an OG in the game. You know, some dudes, you know, they just not gonna make it. They're bruh. At least I want at least try. I mean, try to max out everything, man. Gym max, status max. You know, get out there and work, bro. Work. It's a lot of hard work to get status, but it's worth it in the end. That's how I look at it. Just like me playing my numbers every single day, it's worth it when I get them all right. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? It'll be worth the fucking goddamn hustle, man. You feel me? It's worth the goddamn hustle. I'm finally, you know, eventually I'll get off the fucking island. So a lot of guys are stranded on the island and they got no hope of getting off. You know, they got no hope. Like they're gonna be there for the rest of their lives until they die, bro. Matter of fact, they're gonna get old on that island. I'm like, God damn, bro, how long you been here? If I showed up on a fancy boat with a bunch of hoes and bitches and shit like that, and I'm gonna show up on the boat, like, I'm gonna show up on your island. I'm like, bro, you still here? Like, nigga, we in our 50s. 10 years went by and you ain't did nothing. You ain't built no boat. I'm gonna be like, he gonna be like, no, man, I ain't. And I'm gonna be like, you ain't getting on my boat. Come on, girls. Man, that's a goddamn shame. Don't look for me to rescue you, man. You gotta build your own boat. It's every man for himself, bro. You know? You feel me? So that dude, he gonna stay on that island for the remainder of his life. Like, there's no hope for him. Like I told you, like this one guy over here where I camp at, he just walks around. You can tell he on drugs or whatever. But the dude walks around, he looks like he's fucking suicidal, bro. He'll never have a girlfriend. He'll never have a life again, bro. He has zero hope. Zero. He'll be out here for many more years, bro. I guarantee, bro. If I hit my jackpot and come back, you know, 10 years later, he'll still be here, bro. I'm in my 50s, bro. I'm living the life right now. Where you at, bro? You still in the same spot? The dude is done for, bro. He on drugs. So it's like, yeah, bro, once you get on drugs, your life is over. It's over for you, bro. We ain't talking about just over, bro. You are basically a walking zombie. You ain't never coming out of that. There's no going back. Bro, I could bet all my money on it. He'll never get out that situation, bro. I'll bet everything. I put everything on that. Like, he's walking around in a circle, bro, all night long last night. Dude was walking by me in a circle. I'm like, bro, the whole entire night you was walking like that, bro? Get some fucking goddamn sleep. Oops, I forgot. You up on them drugs, bro. It's keeping you up. It's keeping you pacing, bro. All you do is pace around this motherfucker. You ain't got no real life. Dude is done. He's done. He's a real incel. That guy, he's a real walking incel that I see here on a regular basis. There's a few other guys that are done out here too, man. They never coming out of their situation, bro. You know, like at least this one good dude that I talked to, he's an older guy, he's in his 50s. He got a girlfriend, but between me and you, he hit a $1 million jackpot a while back that he pitching off of right now. And he got about 700,000 left, and he been pinching off of and shit. And you know, she keeping the money for him, she's budgeting the money, making sure he don't spend it all and shit. But he gets sex from her every now and then. So, see, when you're worth something, it don't matter if you're old and ugly, man. Women gonna give you coochie. You know, she ain't the best looking woman in the world, bro. But he's getting some sex at least. Like I said, man, when you're worth something, women are willing to come to your aid, bro. But if you ain't worth shit, nobody's coming to your aid, bro. I'm gonna show up on my boat to your island, like, bro, you ain't built no boat yet, bro. Like, I done built me a boat, and I done modified it and everything. I got bitches and alcohol on this motherfucker. I'm rolling by. I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, you can't get off my boat. I built this shit from scratch by myself. You gotta build your own boat to get off that island. Niggas is stranded on the island, bro. They ain't getting off. It's like the years gonna go by and they gonna still be on that island, bro. You feel what I'm saying? He's stranded on that motherfucking island, bro. You see this watch? That's a fucking goddamn. That's a clue right there. You feel what I'm saying? That's my, when I hit my neck. I'm about to get off this stranded island. Hey, man, any like trolls come around, moderators, kick them out, bro. Any trolls, any dirty ass, stanky ass trolls that come around here trolling the channel, man, moderators, get rid of them. Yeah, thank you. For what I'm saying? Dudes are done for, bro. I mean, the end. It's like, bro, it's like roll down the curtains, bro. Close the curtains. That's all, folks. It's like pure, like, it's just, you're just done. You're finished, bro, as they call it, right? Because you ain't trying to build that boat to get off that dirty ass island that you've been stuck on for years. Now you got to build a boat, man. You got to look at it like, goddamn, I say in about 2 years, I can get this boat up and going. Come on, get the fucking wood, get the metal, get the fucking goddamn, get the drill, get the nails, get the hammer. Let's get the fuck off this island. It's gonna take time though, but we're gonna get off this island, bro. We ain't gonna be here for the rest of our lives. But you got niggas out here that's gonna be on that stranded, bro. They're gonna be stranded on that island for the rest of their entire life. They are never getting off. They're never gonna be having girlfriends. They're never gonna have money, cars, jewelry, houses, because they refuse to work themselves off the island, bro. You feel what I'm saying? They refuse to build that boat to get off the island. Like, nigga, all you gotta do, there's resources around you. You're just too lazy to fucking, tap into it. Like, bro, you could get the wood from the trees, bro. There ain't no wood, man. I mean, there's wood all around you, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's wood all around you, bro. You could get the wood from the trees, bro. Chop them motherfuckers down, bro. And start, and start, chop them into like planks so you could build a boat. Like maybe like a 5-inch plank or whatever. And once you get them all together, bro, and you get a saw, you can trim them motherfuckers up and make them even. Get some measuring tape or whatever, make sure they even, chop them up, and then build you a boat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get some goddamn nails, some glue. Well, I don't think it's enough glue, but nails and metal, bro. There's metal over there on that fence over there, bro. There's a fence around here. All you gotta do is go get some metal off that motherfucker, bro, and build you a boat, bro. It's a lot of hard work, but it's gonna take time. But nigga, you're gonna build that boat and get off the fucking island, bro. That's how I look at it, man. When I'm chasing this bag, I'm building a boat. I'm slowly building the boat. I'm building that motherfucking boat. And then eventually in the future, I'm off the motherfucking island. I told you I wasn't gonna stay on that island for the rest of my goddamn life. Look at me right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Bruh, you gotta look at chasing the bag as like building a boat slowly but surely. You feel what I'm saying? Eventually, it's gonna be a full boat, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, bro. I told you I was gonna get the fuck out of here. You motherfuckers wasn't listening, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Bruh, you need to build a fucking goddamn boat. Get off this motherfucker, bro. I mean, there's dudes out here that's gonna reach like 60, 70 by themselves. They might not live to be 80. There's this one guy, bro, that was around here. He was giving us $200. Like, he would come around and give the homeless people $200 a piece. Every now and then, like every week, bro, he would come up, drive up to where I was flying a sign at, and he would give me $200 straight out of his pocket. I'm like, God damn. But all of a sudden, bro, he disappeared. I don't know where he went, but it was over for him. He definitely was an incel. He was an older guy that got to his age and was done. I don't know what happened to him. I think the last time I saw him, he was flying a sign, and I'm like, dude, why are you flying the sign? And I think he told me he was out of money. He just walked up to me and said, bro, I'm out of money, sorry. And I guess he probably had a huge chunk of money, because he must have gave me at least like $5,000 total throughout like that whole entire year. Okay, I think he was going around to all the homeless people just giving away his money, bro, giving away his money. And then before you know it, he was out of money, and then he disappeared, bro. I don't think he's living no more. He was an older incel dude, sub 5. Just gave away all his money to the homeless. I used to be like, man, dudes would walk up to me and just give me $200. I'm like, God damn, bro, you balling. And then in the following week, like once a week, he would show up to give me $200. Walk up to me, he'd be like, you need money? And I was like, yeah. He's walk up, gave me $200. I was like, oh shit. That was on the regular, bro. And I thought in my head, I was like thinking, I hope he ain't on some gay shit or something like that, because I ain't, I'm not down with that Diddy shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's stranded. That dude's done for. He's finished. He got to an old age without children, and he probably won't live very long. He's probably not living anymore. They call him the $100 man, because he was going around giving people $100 bills just out of his pocket, for real. I used to look forward to every week to that motherfucker driving up and just giving me $200. Like, God damn. I know he gave me something up in the thousands, But back to what I was saying, bro. Like, a lot of guys are done. They're never gonna come out of that situation, bro. They're trapped like rats. You remember that movie Descend? I don't know if you guys remember that movie. It's called the fucking Descend. Or there was this one guy who was stranded down below, or a group of people or whatever. I think I got two movies mixed up. But anyway, there was one movie of a guy who was stranded down below the earth. He was trying to get out. He was having dreams of being finally out of that situation. And then one day, he went to sleep, and he dreamt like he was out or whatever. And then he finally woke up, and then he started screaming to himself, I was out! I was out! I was out! he was like, I was out! I was out! But he was still trapped. I think he was inside that room. It was he was stuck inside a room. There was another movie called The Descent, and they were trying to get out of that situation too. And there were a bunch of like demons down there eating them up and shit, right? But there was another movie where a guy was trapped inside a room and he couldn't get out, and he was having dreams where he finally got out and he started living life again and having a girlfriend, and for real. And then he woke up and he was still inside that room, and he started screaming out, I was out! I was out! He was like really in pain, like, I was out! I was out! He was going crazy because he couldn't get out of the room, bro. He was stuck, like Chuck. And I don't know if he got out of that room. I forgot how the movie ended. But there was two movies that was like that. was called The Descent, and it was another movie where a guy was trapped inside a room and he just could not get out of that room. He was stuck like Chuck. You know what I'm saying? He was going crazy because he couldn't get out of the room. You know what I'm saying? And then I think at the end he started a fire, which what got him out of that room or some shit like that. But it was a crazy movie of a guy that's desperate to get out of the situation, doing anything he can and everything he could to get out of the situation. That's how you gotta be, bro. If you are struggling in the dating market, bro, you gotta start thinking long term. All right, look, once I start digging, it's gonna take a long time to get out of here, but eventually I'm gonna reach that other side. You know, once I dig me a tunnel up out of here, I'm gonna eventually go through that tunnel and reach into a normal life again. But some guys are not gonna see that come true, man. They got a life sentence, bro, and that's it. They're never coming out. They're never coming out, bro. They're never getting out of that situation that they in right now. Like struggling in the dating market, some dudes will struggle until they die because they're not trying to do anything. You know what I'm saying? They're not, you know, like for real. They're not even trying, bro. So that means the years are going to go by, man, and they're going to still be complaining. Like Savvy Guy, the years have went by, bro, and he's still on the internet complaining about his situation. Like that's really doing something, and like that's productive. Bruh, he need to get up off this internet and do something. Like me, I'm doing something. I'm playing my numbers every single day. At least I got a chance. You know, there's a chance there instead of a zero chance. You feel what I'm saying? I'll take a chance that's slim than no chance at all. You feel what I'm saying? It's better than no chance at all. Me playing my jackpot lottery, it's better than no chance at all. You ain't even trying, bro. You're gonna be here for the rest of your life. Bruh, they got a guy over here that walks around in the parking lot. He will be there for the rest of his life. Last night, bruh, I kept saying to myself, like, this bruh gonna be here for the rest of his life. He kept walking around the parking lot where I camp at. He was walking like a fucking demon, bruh, like a fucking zombie. Just walking like, okay, this guy, he's finished, bruh. He will be stranded here on this fucking goddamn island for the rest of for all eternity. He gonna get old out here, bro. For real. You think like somebody's gonna come and save his ass? Nobody's coming to save him, bro. He will be there for all eternity until he turns into dust, bro. He'll never have a wife or a kid. He's doomed. His genetics are doomed. He's on drugs, I could tell. You feel what I'm saying? You know, that's why I don't kick it with nobody out here, bro. I'm all about getting off this fucking island, bro. So I ain't gonna be here for the rest of my life. He gonna be here for the remainder. That guy that was walking around in the parking lot like a zombie last night, walking back and forth, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Bruh, you are finished. You're done for, bro. You'll be out here for the remainder of your life. I think when I first, you know, when I first saw dude, you know, when I first saw dude a while back, and he first came into that area where I camp at, he was talking normal. He was a normal dude, you know what I'm saying? And somehow he got hooked on drugs, man. And he stopped talking to me. He became more of a zombie, like, kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I kept my distance from his ass. But before when he was normal, when he was talking normal and stuff in the beginning, when he first came into the area, I was talking to him, talking normal, right? And I told him, I said, bruh, how old are you, man? He's like, I'm like 26. I'm like, bro, you're going to be out here for the rest of your life. You know, you better start trying to go to school or something. Because the years are going to go by and you're still going to be out here. I said, you know how long I've been out here, bro? I've been out here for like 7 years, ever since me and my girlfriend broke up. Okay? I never bounced back. So I'll be damned if I'm gonna let another 7 years without me trying to do something about it. You feel what I'm saying? That guy, he got zero chance, bro. I told him, I said, you're gonna be out here for the rest of your life. And the months have went by and he's still out here, bro. You feel what I'm saying? The months are gonna go by and he's gonna be still out here and he's never getting out. He's never gonna get out. They got guys like that, bro. They'll be out here for eternity. Like that guy that was giving away money and stuff like that. Just, you know, that guy that was going around giving people money. He's old and alone. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He doesn't have a wife. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what he spent his life doing, but he never did anything about his incel situation or his struggling in the dating market. He never did anything about it. He let the years go by and it catches up to you in the long run. I'm telling you, that's why you got to start doing stuff that plan for the future. Start planting seeds for the future and have that shit meet you at the finish line. Just meet me at the finish line. When you enroll, you know, same thing when you enroll in school, bro. You just saying, meet me at the finish line. That's all. When I graduate in about 4 or 5 years, meet me at the finish line. When you playing the jackpot lottery, you know, you won one time, you know, because I already won already. It was a very small jackpot, but I'm on the right page because yeah, I can get the recipe to win. You feel what I'm saying? If I won before, I'll win again. But I'm not even worried. I'm not even tripping. You feel what I'm saying? But that's what you're doing. You're planting seeds for the future. That's all you're doing. If you're chasing a movie acting career, that's planting seeds, bro. If you're chasing the music industry, becoming a rapper or a producer or whatever, you're planting seeds for the future when you're buying all that music equipment and making songs and stuff. All you're doing is planting seeds. And you're telling yourself straight up, just, you know, meet me at the finish line. That's all it is. Meet me later in life. Because I'm not going to be here for the rest of my life. This is something that I'm not going to be. You feel what I'm saying? You know. I'm not going to be here for the rest of my life. But that guy, he walked. Look, man, I kept waking up last night for some reason. Because I guess I didn't take my sleeping pills to help me sleep or whatever. And I kept waking up and I kept seeing this guy like walking all over the parking lot like a zombie. Bro was walking motionless, but like he was like walking, not while, you know how like some people walk with style or something? You know, he was walking like he was a zombie, bro. He was just walking like straight, with straight legs, bro. Like he was just like, the whole entire night, bro. And I kept like waking up and I kept seeing this dude. I said, it's over for this nigga, man. He's never getting out of that parking lot, bro. He has zero chance of getting out of there, bro. He gonna age out here, bro. He gonna be old and gray, for real. They got guys out here that are old and gray on the streets, bro. They ain't gonna never have a girlfriend or a wife or even kids, bro. They won't be able to experience that because they're done for. They stranded. They got life sentences, bro. When you're talking about a life sentence, I'm talking about a motherfucker that's in jail that's never getting out. You got motherfuckers who have went to jail as a youngster and never getting out. They got life. You know, they went to jail around 18, 19 years old, and now they probably killed somebody or something like that. But they're behind bars for all eternity. They got 100 years. They ain't never getting out. Never getting out. Oh, sorry. Am I talking too loud? Sorry about that. I'm gonna move over here and talk, man. Like, look, man, when you're out there working out and you're getting your body in shape, bro, you're doing something about your situation. Okay? When you're lifting weights and you know, you're competing, basically. That's what it is. You're running, you're jumping, you're squatting, your push-ups, your capoeira, your martial arts. You're doing something, about your situation. Like, you're not just lying down and ready to rot, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're not really lying down. You're doing something. Like me, I have to work out for my health and to attract females. I gotta work out, because if I chunk up, then I'll definitely will be stuck on the island then. You know what I'm saying? But you got guys out here it's over for them, bro. They're not getting off the island. They're stranded for life. And you in your head, you're thinking like, Hellcat, what are you talking about for life? That means they're never getting off that motherfucker. No matter how much they cry, no matter how much they kick up and complain, they're not getting off that motherfucker. Why? Because they're not trying to build a boat to get off. They got all the resources around them. They're just lazy. They don't want to do it. You know? They're not even trying to save money to buy a boat to get off the motherfucker. If you can't build one, save money, and wait, maybe the next like 3 or 4 or 5 years, you'll save enough money to buy a boat. But they ain't got that patience like that. They don't think like, let me plant these seeds in the ground right now, and I'll come back and I'll eat the fruit off of it later when it grows. Nah, what they do is they let the fucking years go by without doing anything, and they still in that situation thinking that a magic fairy or some Superman or a Captain Saver bro is gonna come around and save them. No, you ain't got no saviorship coming, bro. You gotta understand that when they left you on that island, they left you there to rot. You feel what I'm saying? They left you there to rot. So it's up to you to say, you know what? I'm not staying here for the rest of my life. Let's get the wood. Let's get the drill. Let's get the nails. Let's get the hammers. Let's go get the metal and the steel. Let's build us a boat to get off this island. It's gonna take some time, but you'll be able to build a boat so you can get off this. So you won't be there for the rest of your life. Because if you sit there and you don't try to build nothing, bro, you're gonna be in that situation for all eternity, for the rest of your life. And I know you can't believe that's gonna happen. You think in your head like, yeah, somebody coming to save me. Somebody coming. No, it's not. No, ain't no saviorship coming to like save grown ass men, bro. There's a rescue boat for like women and children, but there's no rescue boat for men once they get a certain age, bro. You feel what I'm saying? There's no rescue boat. The boat ain't coming to save you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta build value so you can get off the boat. Get off the island, bro. I don't know why I keep saying get off the boat. So you can get off the island, you gotta build value, and that takes time. But I told you, day by day, you build that wall. Remember what Will Smith said, bro? He said, nah, you build a wall slowly but surely. He said, you place the brick as perfectly as you can, and then you place another brick as perfectly as you can. And if you keep doing that, pretty soon you will have a wall. That's how you got to think, bro. You can't think like, let me just go buy a wall. No, you got to build that wall brick by brick. And the wall is going to be about 20 feet tall. So you better get the building, bro. That means if you're going after a goal, it's like building a wall, slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? It's like building a fucking brick wall. But that guy that was walking around, bro, that parking lot last night, I feel sorry for him, bro. He don't never have a woman. He don't never have a family. He gonna be walking around that parking lot for years to come, bro. He's already been stuck at that parking lot for years, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And he doesn't leave the parking lot. He stays there like a ghost, bro. I don't know what he does in the daytime because I don't see him walking around out here in the daytime. You know what I'm saying? All I know that his life would never be normal. He'll never get off this stranded island, bro. I mean, he'll never get off this island, stranded. You feel what I'm saying? So if you ain't even trying, yeah, many more years are gonna pass and you're gonna be still here. While the other guys, they were smart, man. They start like building stuff, man, like to get off the island, bro. They start building boats and things. You know, they say, no, I'm not gonna be here for the rest of my life. You can stay here and be on your island and be stranded. But me, you know, I'm taking my time building this boat to get off this motherfucker. And we're gonna figure it out. I might fuck it up a couple of times, but we're gonna figure it out how we're gonna keep the water out of the boat once we start like trying to sail, you know what I'm saying? Once we start to try to sail the ocean, we're gonna figure out how to keep the water out the boat, you know, without instructions. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna figure it out. But motherfuckers who don't do that, bro, and they just chilling on that island and not doing nothing for many more years, they're gonna be stuck there until the day that they die, bro. For real. They got cats that never made it out of homelessness. They got guys who died in homelessness, man. They got motherfuckers who didn't survive, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers who died without having children. You know, dudes got old and got gray by themselves in a rocking chair somewhere. You know, never got to see the world, never got to do anything because they didn't build anything. Like the guy over here that lives in this car, he's 60 years old. He's finished. It's a done deal for him, man. He got a kid though, but his dating life is over, bro. His looks are done. You know what I'm saying? The dude got center, what they call it, center nasal folds or whatever. He tall, but the looks are gone, man. At 60, bro, it's all about your wallet. And I hated that he wasted his whole entire life like chasing dead-end jobs and never wanted to get on at least a career or something. And you can at least do that if you ain't trying to become like big and famous and get status. You know, you can at least get a school bag, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But he ain't getting that. He's 60, talk about, yeah, let me go sign up for a temporary job. I'm like, that's your problem, bro. You keep on chasing those dead-end jobs, bro. You're gonna be stuck on this island for the rest of your life, bro. There's dudes out here that will be stuck out here for years to come. Years, bro. Years. We talking about like many decades passing by. You know, all kinds of decades. You know, 30 years, 40 years, 50. They're gonna be still in that same spot. Like in the next like 30 years, I guarantee this guy, I'll probably be dead in the next 30 years. You know, but I guarantee in the next like 30 years, he'll still be stuck in that parking lot, bro, walking around. He's a young man now. You know, I'll be dead before him, but he's walking around that parking lot and he ain't never leaving that parking lot. He's a done deal, bro. You know, he's on the drugs and stuff. Yeah, it's over for him. It's like never a normal life ever again. The end, bro. At that point, bro, he might as well go ahead and commit suicide. I won't say that on YouTube. He might as well end it all, man, because he'll never come out of that. See, that's one thing you can say about me, man. I'm not on drugs, man. I might be on some alcohol stuff, but that's normal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers drink alcohol. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still able to use my brain and think and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're on them drugs, bro, man, your brain is finished, bro. You ain't never coming out of that. That's a death sentence, bro. Once you get your mind is hooked on drugs, that's a death sentence, bro. That's a death blow, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You might as well, man. Shoot, man. It's like death row, bro. You might as the electric chair, bro. You know, you might as well say that's the electric chair type of deal right there, bro. You getting either you getting injected or you getting the chair, bro. The electric chair. Feel what I'm saying? He's done. A fried brain like that, bro, can't think. You see, once you get on them drugs, you can't think. You can't use your mind. You feel what I'm saying? And this guy, uh, he's never coming out of that, bro. He's not gonna ever live a normal life. Like he has zero chance. Zero. Feel what I'm saying? Zero. Um, he's not even trying to build a boat. And he said, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay here and I'm gonna rot. I'm gonna die here on this island. And you'd be like, damn, a motherfucker that's building a boat slowly, you'd be like, God damn, I feel sorry for that dude. Because he ain't never getting off this island. You know, I might be on another island somewhere far from his island, build my boat. Because I don't want him to get on my boat. I'd be like, nigga, hell no, you ain't getting on this boat. You gotta build your own boat. Just like I built my own boat to get off. I saved myself. And you feel sorry for the guy that you gotta leave behind. You're like, God damn, I left that nigga behind. He's still there. He ain't never getting off that boat, bro. He's finished. Done for. Or I don't know why I keep saying he'll never get off that boat, but he'll never get off that island that he's stranded on. See, I look at, you know, this dating scene that's very highly competitive. I look at it as an island that I'm stranded on. And I'd rather be working to build a boat to get off this motherfucker than not to do anything at all about getting off. You feel what I'm saying? I'd rather build me a boat slowly but surely than to never ever get off this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how it is, bro. This dating market that we're in is highly competitive because men are building boats. Look at the guys around you with the high-end cars. They done built boats. They say, fuck that. You think I'm gonna be one of them guys that's struggling in the dating market for the rest of my life? Shit, I'm working to get mine. I'm building this boat. I'm getting off this motherfucker. Shit. We talking about a life sentence. You guys don't understand. A lot of guys don't understand what a life sentence is, bro. Or being stranded on that island for life. You know what I'm saying? Of never getting off. You know, you're never gonna have a girlfriend again. You're never gonna have a normal life again. You'll never be able to mingle around normal people ever again. You're done on that island, bro. Many years to come, and you will still be on there, bro. Many years to come, and you will still be on that island. You'll never get off. With no saviorship coming. No, you can't depend on a man to save you because ain't no man gonna come and save your ass unless you gay. You know, women can depend on men to come and save them if they're out here stranded. You feel what I'm saying? But men don't have that luxury. So some of you guys think you got that luxury. No, you don't have that. You know, you don't have the luxury like that, bro. I'm sorry. There's no luxury for men, bro. That's why dudes got started early. You know, some guys, they understood it early. And I wish I would have understood it early, too, when I was younger. I wish I would have, built that boat and finished it when I was in my 20s. Instead of, getting serious about building a boat when I'm in my 40s. Because I realized that I'm going to be out here forever. If I've been struggling in the dating market for the last, 8 years, since me and my girl broke up in 2017, I realized that I'll be out here forever if I don't try to do something. You feel what I'm saying? It'll be another 7 or 8 years going by and I'll still be in the same spot. I don't want that to happen, man. You feel what I'm saying? As competitive it is nowadays in the dating market, you shouldn't be not relaxing. You should not be trying to pursue a career. You should not be trying, well, what am I saying? That's not the correct word for what I'm trying to say is you should be not doing anything or Like you should not be relaxing, chilling, or not like building something. You feel what I'm saying? Uh, the least you can do, man, is either get a career or chase Hollywood, man, or the music industry or something like that. I told you guys, those are the industries that you can like skip school over with, or with. You can skip school with. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to go to school. Just get make a lot of money in the music industry. Find out what you're doing. Buy a bunch of books, read them, and then figure out how you can get you some talent and make money off the talent in the music industry. Or if you want to become an actor, you know what you got to do, right? You got to save some money, go to Hollywood, live poor out there for a little bit until you get your break. Keep showing up to acting gigs and shit, bro. Be aggressive when you're going after it. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm pretty sure he was stranded on the island for like 5 years, because it took Jean-Claude Van Damme 5 years to make it in Hollywood. You feel what I'm saying? I followed his story, and Keith Sweat too. I followed Keith Sweat. It took him 10 years to start seeing some real money. You know what I'm saying? He started back in the 70s. I think it was it 1989. He started really seeing some money, man. 1975 he started with a group or something like that, and then he went out and did a solo thing in the 80s. He had that first album was in 1987 or 1988, and his career finally started taking off. But he wrote a lot of songs before all that shit started taking off. I mean, he really was on that grind for them years, and now he's not stranded on the island no more. He been off the island, but he worked to get off that motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even when there's no money involved or any sign of success, he kept going. That's what's important, is that you keep going even though there's no sign of success. Never quit. You know? You know? You know? I'm just reading you guys' comments. Never let time pass by, man, and don't do nothing about your situation. You see, if you're on your mission, let's say you're on your way to become an actor, right? So you're on your way to become an actor. Wouldn't you feel better if, like, you would sign up for auditions and shit like that, and you got the possibility of getting that role? You know what I'm saying? It's better than doing nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Not doing right? You got that thrill, right? You got the excitement, like, yes, I might get that role, then I'll have all the bitches in the world. You know, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get this. You know, you might get some no's and shit, but eventually you're gonna get a yes. After a couple of years of trying, maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 years of trying, eventually you get that yes. You're like, oh shit, I finally made it. I wasn't gonna stay in that situation forever. You know, yes, you got the role for the next, like, Spider-Man or something, or the next Incredible Hulk if you're big enough. Well, you don't have to be big. That's all computer generated anyway with the Hulk and shit. But you could be the face of the Hulk, you know. You know, they can use your face as the Hulk, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or the next Spider-Man, or the next whatever movies they got out there, man, with the lead role in them, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to believe, though. That's why guys, you know, they chase Hollywood, because they know, man, once they get that foot in that door, man, it's all easy living. Especially it's gonna be easy with women, bro. It's gonna be easy with women, and easy living too. No more living hard. You're off the fucking island, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Just see yourself as, hey, I gotta build this boat. It's gonna take some time, but I'm gonna eventually get the fuck out of here. It's like a dude serving a 5-year sentence. He's doing like 3.5 years. So he stayed behind bars for 3.5 years, and he finally gets out. And now he got like some type of life. You feel what I'm saying? Because when I went to jail, bro, there was a guy in there that been in there for like 3 years. He been in jail for 3 years. He stayed behind. He finally got out when I was getting out, right? He said, finally, bro, after 3 years of being here, I'm finally getting out. I'm finally getting out. That's how you gotta look at it when you're chasing the bag. I've been chasing this bag for 3 or 4 years. I just got a yes the other day. I got the role. I got the part. I got the part. Oh, I got a break with the music industry. I found my talent, and they hot. They smoking hot. I knew all the hard work was gonna pay off. But I told the motherfuckers I wasn't gonna stay in that situation or on that island for the rest of my life. I was not gonna do that. Nah, forget that, because that's a death sentence for you, bro. That's a death blow. That's a death blow. If you choose not to do nothing throughout these years, bro, and like reach your old age broke and alone, that's your fault. That's not nobody else's fault, bro, because you choose to do nothing. And I told you, time go by quick. 3 years, man, of chasing a dream, man, you can make it happen, bro. 3 years go by quick. Hey, I'd rather do 3 more years than be out here for the rest of my life until I get old and gray. That's not gonna happen. You guys have a good day, man. I'll be back on later or something. You know, I've been trying to wean myself off of YouTube, but I just had to get on here and make that video, man, because this dude, I mean, bruh, he was annoying me so much last night. This dude was walking back and forth. Well, I'm laying down in my sleeping bag, and I noticed him walking back and forth. I said, oh yeah, this guy's done for. He's finished. He'll never have a normal life. It's over for him. Mark my words, in the next like 5 years, he'll still be here, bro. I could come back into this area with a nice car and, you know, got everything going for me, and he'll still be walking around in that parking lot. I'll be like, damn, that's a fucking goddamn shame, bro. That's a goddamn shame how he's never gonna make it out of there. Unless he gets some help, like some professional help, then I can see him getting out of that. But other than that, bro, he's done. Stick a fork in that motherfucker, bro. He ain't got no fight in him left, bro. He's an incel. You know, he'll never have a girlfriend ever in life again. He gonna be by himself for the rest of his life. Plus, his brain's gone. He on drugs, so he can't think. Once your brain is over, once you ain't got a brain no more, bro, let me tell you something real quick. Once your brain is over with, you're over with. You're a vegetable, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't think. You can't think your way out of your situation, bro. You can't use your brain. And most important thing on your mind, I mean, the most important thing on a man's body is his brain, bro. That's the reason why dudes become millionaires and billionaires. It's through their brain. Anyway, I gotta go. You guys have a good day, man. Peace out, take care, and bless. I'm out, man. I gotta get some water in me, man. I'm pretty much dehydrated. You guys have a good day. I'm out.